Hello there, it's welcome back to the Waifus. I am Sefhi, and today I bring you 4 different accounts. One who's fully free to play, one who has spent roughly $300, one which is 3k, and then we have the big dog account 30k. So we're gonna be showcasing all of them for new players to see what they can expect while playing for a year and a half of NIKKE in terms of progression, collection, and in general what their account will be looking like. For our first account, Zero, free to play, we have the sticks. No, it's a joke, it's a joke. Leave a like, subscribe. Our first account, it's Gorudo. I'm gonna get banned one day, right? Swear to God. Our first account is our boy Gorudo. He is the lolly emperor. I know, it is grace, but we still love him. We still love him, alright? Gorudo, Vampicho on global. He has 105 units, 8 costumes only. Hey, Gorudo, what you mean 8 costumes? Huh? How have you collected 8 costumes? Are you fully free to play? Tell me. He has won 2 giveaways for monthly cards that we paid for, which is completely fine, right? He's level almost 300 after a year and a half. He's finally joining the 300 club, so congratulations in advance for that. And we're gonna be checking basically progression in terms of campaign, tribe towers, how many pilgrims does he have, so you can get an idea of what you can get and what you'll be missing, and then we'll go into the next account. So first of all, pilgrims. This is like the most important part for most people. As you can see, this is a almost full free-to-play account, couple monthly cards, couple costumes. He has all the pilgrims. This is actually pretty good, Gurudo. You are really fucking lucky. A lot of people will always be lacking 2-3 pilgrims, and this is completely normal. Don't be discouraged because you don't have a Scarlet, because you don't have Haran, because you don't have Rapunzel, right? One of the OG pilgrims that you can only obtain by sheer luck because they don't have a banner. The only ones with the banner right now are Red Hood, Dorothy, and Scarlet, and also Modernia. But again, if you don't have them, it's completely fine. Don't worry about that. When it comes to campaign progression, after a year and a half of being like a casual player, Gorudo is close to level 300, and he is on chapter 26 right now. Wait, how much is your combat power, Gorudo? 251? Okay, yeah, checks out, checks out. When it comes to hard campaign, he is on chapter 11. He doesn't push hard campaign. He's like me. I see. And I also want to check your tribe tower progression and your arena to see, where you are right now, more or less with that. So tribe towers, let's see, Gorudo, do you push towers? You are 151 on the normal one, 137 and 150 on the others. You'll see this on a lot of accounts. Elysion is always the lowest push tower. Elysion is sadly lacking in units. We have gotten only a handful of good ones. In fact, Gorudo, why are you using Miranda in here if you have the killer wife now? You could really tweak this team a little bit to get more progression, but you're still good, you're still in blue numbers, so you do you, just saying, but Miranda doesn't help as much as the killer wife. That said, it's still a pretty good, solid account for a new early NIKKE account. Again, server 13k, servers were going crazy. If you didn't start playing day 1, your servers are like in the thousands with how many people we got at the start of the game. That said, this is the $0 spent free-to-play NIKKE account, almost, because we have bought some stuff for him. If you want to join our giveaways, we do them on stream. Feel free to drop by, say hello. We're going into the $300 account. Welcome to our $300 account, more or less. Once again, I don't go asking for receipts on every single purchase people make. This is by our moderator, Sook Chocolate. She plays on NA, and as you can see, it's level 390 account. Her NIKKEs are 326. When it comes to rates, well, you can expect some rates, right? Some rates, usually rate 1, rate 2. Again, a lot of people don't really care about rates. I don't even care about rates. The only reason I have some of the rate 3 frames is because my units are higher level and I have more meta characters, right? That's about it, nothing else. 102 characters, 15 costumes. That said, I want to showcase a couple of things when it comes to the units. I think the most important part for people to understand, can I get everything playing long term, 1 year, 1 year and a half? It's the pilgrims themselves, right? In this game, Sook is being pretty lucky and has all of the pilgrims. But as a new player, you have to understand there's always going to be 1, 2 or 3 pilgrims that are going to be hard to get, even for the spenders, alright? There's been spenders, like literally spending a lot of money that still don't have the non-rate up characters. So for example, the only ones you could have pulled for right now are Red Hood, Dorothy, the new Scarlet, and Modernia. All of the other characters you have to just be lucky or get the Healisters through Liberation, right? So never get too disappointed when you're missing, some of the pilgrims, because those are going to be always the hardest to get. Other than the pilgrims, as you can see, she has to spend most of the money when it comes to the waifus on skins that she likes. I don't like Guillotine. I know, Sue, sorry. I don't like this skin, but she does. because once again, a lot of the times, a lot of the skins are not meant for everyone, right? There's always a clear target audience when they're releasing something. It might not be you. For me, I only go for pure fan service skin. There are people who just prefer, you know, skins that look cute and look good on the characters. Like for example, the new skin for later with a cute sunflower. So that said, when it comes to progression on this account, she's done with normal campaign. And if we can go and check hard campaign. What's the progress right now? Hard campaign is something that a lot of people will not enjoy pushing because it's the most boring part of NIKKE. So if you're one of those, don't feel bad. There is not a requirement of you to push hard campaign for anything. You get some extra resources for your outpost, but that's about it. So we have chapter 15. She's actually more advanced than me on hard campaign. No comments, all right? No comments. I have to finish using Crow. Until May, I cannot make progress on hard campaign. And after May, I don't even know what my subs will pay for me to use for like 3-4 more months. That's it about hard campaign and the characters themselves. Let's do check a little bit the progression when it comes to arena, the usual rank, and the Thrive Towers. Thrive Towers, you are at 205 on the normal one, and then you are 150 Elysian, 194, 169, and 208. Zook, why are you 154 on Elysian? Are you missing characters from here? You cannot make a good team? What's going on here? Okay, you are already under combat power difference, so yeah. Sadly, Elysian is the worst one when it comes to for new players even, because the units for Elysian are super limited. So I would recommend you drop Diesel and you put Miss Marcy, since at least that way you can get some heals for absolutely everyone. You should be able to push a little bit more though, but again, this is not like a requirement or anything. That said, this is the example of the account that has spent around $300, give or take, and we're gonna move into the 3,000 account now, which is my account. Now we are in the $3,000 account, more or less. I think I'm close to 4K, but I'm gonna say 3 because every time we say an estimate, it usually tends up to go higher. This is my account. Yes, I know, 100%. Yesterday I did not stream and I didn't play games. Yesterday was one of those days where I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. I just stay in bed doing absolutely nothing. I'm leaving this at 100% though, so I can show it on stream and I will pay my taxes. When you get 100%, you pull, right? Pretty simple stuff. That said, I want to showcase this account once again. $3,000 spent, more or less. Server 175. I am 340k combat power, 130 nickes, which is all of them, and 33 costumes. When it comes to skins for me, I have started skipping a lot of them because some of them are just not attractive enough. So for example, the Maxwell one I skip, the current mission pass we have I skip, the previous Litter skin as well, and the Drake skin. There are a lot of them that are just not enough for me, and I don't feel like spending $20 on a skin when we get absolutely nothing. We don't even get a new burst animation, so why would I care about those $20, right? Over time, I'm spending less in the game, at less until we get something that makes me spend money if I get completely shafted on the collaboration or half anniversary or whatever that is, right? That said, how is the progression for an account that has spent $3,000 and has played since day one, 1 year and a half? Well, you can expect to be done with campaign, absolutely done. When it comes to hard campaign, and once again, you'll see this on a lot of people, myself included, we don't usually care about hard campaign. It's only people who like really want to push under heavy combat power difference, but that's not the case for me. I'm chapter 14, which is less than Sook. She is on 15. I should push, yes, but people made me use Crow for 5 months, so I cannot really, even if I wanted to. It's an excuse, a little bit. That said, what about towers and PvP? I've said PvP on all the accounts and I have not shown PvP on any single account. I'm sorry. For me, I'm Challenger 8. The thing with PvP, it really depends on the server you're put in. New players will have an easier time being Challenger than older players. Because right now we are paired by brackets and by servers, and we're usually with people who created their accounts on a similar day to ours. So we will always be paired with day 1 players or with big whales, which is stupid, but it's how they decide to do it. So it is what it is. When it comes to Thrive Towers, I don't usually do them unless I need gems. So I am 184 on Elysian, 194, 174, 194, and then 219 for the normal tower. Once again, this will really depend on if you like this game mode or not. For free-to-plays, I think it's a lot more necessary to do it, since it's a good income for daily gems, at least 150 depending on what you're doing. It's also good because even if the molds are only 50%, sorry, these ones, right, you can still get some good units from here that you might be missing as a free-to-play or lower spender. So, you know, I will always say, do your Thrive Towers if you're a new player, don't leave them behind, don't be like me, you will regret it later down the road. That said, that is my account, which once again, I have spent mostly on battle passes, gacha skins, and pulls from the events to guarantee I can get every single character. I do have the skins that I like the most, which are the gacha ones and the ones with good fan service, at least in my opinion, and that's about it. Level 348, let's move into the last account, 30k. And finally, we have the last account, which in the title is $30,000. I don't know how much is in total in this account. I don't know if it's more, I don't know if it's less. Scarrow said a lot, so we'll go with a lot, all right? This is Scarrow's account, NA, one of the highest level NA accounts that there are. Level 666 right now, 482 when it comes to his account. Also pretty early ID, as you can see. 1576 server 4. He's on the same server as our boy Jay, I think. They are on the same PvP bracket, so they should be. So what can you expect to get in return if you decide, you know, I really like this game, I want to spend a lot of money because I have the disposable income or whatever reason? Well, you can expect to get absolutely every single unit in the game. Core 7, which is the limit we currently have in NIKKE, which would be the equivalent for those of you who play other gachas or Genshin, for example. C6, I believe, is the highest, right? So C6, every single character. The difference is in here we have 113 characters in comparison to Genshin, which has less. Now, you're going to be seeing some units that are not Core 7. The reason is pretty simple. You cannot get these units Core 7, which are the Liberation units. This is over time thanks to Union raids, or you'll be able to obtain dupes for them. This is an awful system for most players, since we cannot even get them to 3 stars, all of them, right? To at least unlock the wallpaper. And it's been 1.5 years, so, you know, kind of a bad system. But I think, and I want to hope, that they are reworking the system for the half anniversary that's upcoming in a couple months, since we haven't had a new Liberation unit since Hilister last year. It's been a long ass time. So chapter, what, 20? Was that 22? We're on chapter 28. So I think they are reworking that system. It would be nice to see what they're doing. Of course, what can you expect if you decide to also spend a lot of money in the game is to finish absolutely everything. That includes normal campaign and hard campaign, while always being on green, so always having a positive combat power difference, right? Never being on red. And you can also expect to be finished with the Thrive Towers, at least with the normal Thrive Tower, because of course the last one, which is this one, 1.2 million combat power, is on the normal tower. But if we talk about manufacturers, it is tied to 3 per day. So this is going to be a slower progress in comparison. All of the towers have gone up recently, all the way up to 500. So Scarrow has something to be grinding for. Now, that said, this is just to show you the difference into what you can get when you're spending money in NIKKE, or if you want to go free to play, or just spend a little bit on skins here and there. No matter what you choose, just remember that it doesn't matter at the end of the day, right? If you have the disposable income and want to spend it on games, that's fine. If you want to go full free to play, it doesn't matter. You will eventually get most of the units and most of the things that you like. Skins are nothing but FOMO. And I know it's hard when we talk about gachas to not give in into that FOMO, but it's something we all have to learn how to deal with, because if not, you will end up with serious gambling problems, all right? And it's always a good meme to be saying, oh, just gamble more, but let's be real, not everyone can afford that, and for some people it's an actual problem. So all that said, I just wanted to showcase to you these 4 different accounts with 4 different levels of spending habits, so you can see what you can expect if you decide to start playing NIKKE now in 1.5 years. Thank you to everyone who let me showcase their accounts. Gorudo, Suk, Scarro, love you all. We're gonna be live in a little bit when this video is up, in an hour more most likely, or at the same time, I'm not sure. Come by, say hello. Thank you to my patrons for making this content possible. Good luck in your pool, the internet, and see you in the next one. 役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことです。